What happens when winter finally breaks? The ice melts, and it's time to actually step into the new life you've built. Welcome back to Choose Purposeful. Today we open Chapter 11 of Where the Creek Bends. For the last few weeks, we've been huddled indoors. We've been doing the heavy, unglamorous work of the Winter of Mending. We learned how to stitch our broken pieces back together, and we learned to accept a legacy of strength from those around us. But a mended life isn't meant to sit on a shelf. The south wind is blowing, the ice is dripping from the leaves, and today, Rolli is taking his legacy fishing rod out to the water. We are going to watch him make his very first cast. Not just to catch a fish, but to reclaim his inheritance and step fully into the light. Chapter 11 is called The First Cast. The thaw is arriving in fits and starts, and the world is in heavy transition. Rolli looks at old Hemlock's rod leaning by the door, and he knows that his first cast can't just be a practice swing in the yard. It has to be a ceremony. He tells his mother he's going to the creek. Mildred looks at her son, seeing a solemn stillness in him that is entirely grown. She gives him a profound blessing and says, "Take your time. And Rolli, tell your father I said hello." Rolli walks through the slush and the mud of the forest down to Whispering Creek. It's running high and fast with snowmelt, and he sits on the cold, mossy rock, the exact spot where his father used to kneel behind him and guide his hand. As he ties on the bright red float Christina had whittled for him, he hears footsteps. It's Christina. She didn't come to interrupt or to chat. She came to do something much more powerful. She came to witness. Rolli stands up. He remembers his dad's voice. "It's not a sword, son. It's a paintbrush." He takes a deep breath. He lets the rod do the work and sends the line sailing into the creek. It is a perfect, beautiful arc of potential. The float lands with a gentle plip. He doesn't catch a fish, but it doesn't matter. He has caught a profound, settled, deep down happiness. He is whole. There comes a moment in your healing process where you have to stop focusing on the tear. Stop focusing on the repair. Actually cast your line back into the water. Rejoining life after a massive loss is a rite of passage, and it requires a deep, settled patience. If you're standing on the edge of your own thaw today, wondering if you're ready to try again, let's use the toolkit together. Stop. Stop rushing or forcing the process. Rolli didn't take a frantic fling in the backyard. He waited for the right day, the right moment, the right spot in the creek. Let your transition be deliberate and ceremonial. Look at the signs of life returning around you. Look at the buds on the trees, the melting ice. Look at the people who love you enough just to sit on the rock and witness your return. Listen. Listen to the deeper, powerful rush of life continuing. Listen to the wisdom and the lessons that are written directly into your muscle and your bone now. Feel that deep down happy. Not an excited happy, but the settled, quiet contentment of knowing you're exactly where you are meant to be. The first cast with a mended life is a ceremony. So let's make a deal this week. I want you to go to your Whispering Creek. Find that milestone, find that routine or that one action that signals your winter is over. Make the phone call, launch the project, take the walk, step back into a hobby, take the healing that you have worked for all winter, throw it out into the world and reclaim your inheritance. Next week, we turn to our final chapter. The winter is completely gone. The valley is breaking into full bloom, and we are going to look at the beautiful, wide open horizon of life that has been completely and purposefully chosen. May you all feel the warm south wind melting the frozen places in your life. May you have the courage to make your first brave cast into the future. And may you find that deep down settled peace where you are finally completely yourself. Stop, look, listen, feel, choose. Do the work, practice gratitude, harness peace, and always choose purposeful. See you next week.